Hello everyone and welcome back to Magic Arena. I'm Trent from Tabletop and this is my co-host, Tuna. Today I'm going to be showing you a deck that I've been playing around the concept of for a little bit, and not gonna lie, I'm going to be building a bunch of decks that are fun to play. Not too sure how competitively viable they are. I'm sure you can get some wins out of them, but otherwise, you'll see. So for today, we're going to be playing a deck around Concave Mentor. Now what Concave Mentor does is that whenever you put a +1/+1 counter on something, you put that many +1 on it. And when it dies, you gain life equal to its power, which isn't too great. So for us, we're going to be using the lower scale Coastal, which whenever we draw a card gets a +1. So with the Conclave Mentor, that's a 2+1 counters every turn. The Primal Empathy, which will give us another +1 counters. We also have Risen Reef and Leafkin Druid in order to get our mana just a little bit faster out there. Rousing Reed is a card that many of you probably don't know about, but once you play it, it gives you +1/+1 and flying, and you get to draw 2 cards in this card a card, which works great with our lower scale Coastal, and it will give us a way to circumvent some threats, because there's a lot of Death Touch on the ground, but there's rarely any Death Touch in the sky. And we also have the same reason, Full Paquette for the Mutate cost of Tree, gives us flying, and it gives us a +1 counter as well, which will activate the Conclave Mentor. We have Oceanic Ooze, which is kind of an endgame thing if we need it. I might switch it out for another Nissa Shake the World, because mana isn't too necessary in this. We have 2 cards that require a lot of mana, which are our Stone Cold Serpent, along with our Wildwood Scrooge. Now, whenever Scrooge enters the battlefield, it enters with +1 counters, depending on the X cost, but whenever you put a +1 counter on something, it also gets a +1 counter. And that kind of accelerates, so the play to make here is turn 2 Wildwood, turn 3 lower scale Coastal, and that way on turn 4 we're going to have 2 beefy creatures to attack. We can also play the Conclave Mentor turn 2, and the lower scale Coastal turn 3, in order to get some returns of values there. There's a couple of ways we can do this, but our real win con is once we get the flying, and once we get the Rousing Reed, we're going to use our Biogenic Upgrade. I remember seeing this card and using it to great effect during the Sealed of Ravnica Allegiance, and it was really strong, but it costs so much to use, and I never found a use for it. And this is a good excuse in order to get us to do so. There's going to be a couple of things inside this deck. There's going to be plains, islands, forest, hollow fountains, temple of garden, or breeding pools. I might put in some fabled passages just to be on the safe side, but I haven't found myself that needing of it, because everything here is splashable. Green is the only thing you need 2 of. Blue is perfectly fine, only 1 white for most of our stuff, and yeah, with that out of the way, let's get right into it. You want some tea? Okay, this works for us. Opponent is playing a tracking deck. I believe the play to make here is to play our Stone Coiled Serpent, just so we have a 1 blocker out here. We can play the Leafkin next turn. Gonna need a white in order to play the Mentor, sadly. No blocks. Play the breeding pool so we don't have to shock ourselves. Going to attack as well. Opponent will probably take it. There we go. Play our forest, play our lower scale Coastal, leave back a blocker. Next turn we can play the Rousing Reed, pump up our Coastal. Actually, if we played the Rousing Reed onto the Stone Coiled Serpent, this becomes a 4/4 next turn, because we draw 1 card plus the 2 from the Rousing Reed. This gets a tree, which allows us to block these 2/2s. Okay. That's the play to make. Just gonna take that. A white mana would be very nice right about now. Oof! The rapid bite. Oof! He's also playing one of those. Okay. Okay. Gonna play this. Play our Conclave Mentor. Play our Leafkin Druid. Going to attack because opponent will not block. We have a Defender and the Leafkin Druid. Block with this. Okay, what's the play to make here? Play this, we get enchanted plus flying. Play this. And we will be able to rousing read it. Yeah, this is the play to make. Play the rousing read. And once we play the rousing read, we can put it onto... Who would be the best one to put it onto? I think the best play to make here is put on the Conclave Mentor, because worst comes to worst, we can sacrifice the Mentor and gain back the life. What card to put down? I say we put down our Hollow Fountain, because we want to play the Lieutenant next turn. Okay, and we're just gonna end our turn there. Oof. So we're matched 1 for 1 here. Okay. What is the play to make? I think the play... They don't have trample, first of all, so we can do this. Do it like this. We'll take tree and we'll heal tree, so we're back at 4. I think the play to make is to play the Nissa for another blocker. Get the breeding pool, then we have 3 more mana, which allows us to play the cat.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Just gonna attack with the Vigilance creature, and we can block with the land next turn. If he attacks, we'll block with the Leafkin. Over here, then we'll block the Wild Tracker with the Lore Scale. Perfect for us. And another Lore Scale, okay. So what is the play to make? I believe we should be playing the Lieutenant. Put a +1 counter under our Coastal. Get another blocker out here.
The land shall conquer you.
Play another one of these lads. And we're not going to attack. We are... I would like to say 3 turns away from lethal if we give this flying. Opponent has run out of cards, so let's see how this goes. And whenever we die now, because of the Lieutenant, we're going to gain a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance, so... What to do, what to do. Pump up another land.
Harness the elements.
Play this like so. And then we are just going to... If we attack with everything, that's 9, 10... Actually, if I play this now, I'll deal 11 damage to face. He can still block with 3 creatures. So there's no more land. He blocks 9. I deal 3 more, so that's what? 11 plus 3, which is not enough. So we'll have lethal next turn. So there's no reason for us to wait. There's no reason for us to be hasty. Oh wait, I had all my creatures out. Yeah, I totally could have killed him this turn. Fuck. Oh well. Next turn I can just Nissa the world and become indestructible, so... Ah, damn it! The satisfaction of killing him is gone. Okay, time for our next match. This has actually gone pretty good. Going to play our Plains. Next turn Conclave, third turn Wild Scourge. No, third turn I should play the Kotal. Play this. Into the Conclave Mentor. Opponent decides to Bone Crush us. Aha, that's what we wanted, because now we healed. We are going to play Island into the Kotal. Opponent plays a Houndmaster. Grabs his 2 good boys from the deck. Draw a card, grab a ting. Perfect. Play your Scourge, and now they're both going to be ramping up at the same time. Could attack, but we want to keep this as a value engine for our Wildwood Scourge. And next turn we can just make one of them flying, and that's game. Alright. Not the worst hand to have. Ideally, with the Primal Empathy, you kind of want to have a turn 1 play or turn 2 play to do something. So the Scourge and the Stonecoil Serpent is someone that we want to grab. So I think we're just gonna mulligan this. Yeah, this is a bit better. Rousing Reed, we don't have any blue. That's not a problem for us at the moment. Ooh, Flower. Enters tapped. Okay, we're gonna be playing against a token deck. So we're just gonna play our Druid here. Just so we can block this damage. Opponent plays a Hunted Witness. For our turn now, we are going to play our Plains into the Kotal. Next turn we can play a big enough Scourge. Opponent is lamenting whether to use this, because I can block it with the Kotal. But now I can't. Sad. Ah, but it has Vigilance, so it doesn't tap. Okay. Pay 2. And what do we want? could play this, then the Leafkin. Yeah, I think that's the play to make. Because when we play this, we might get another card draw. No, we don't. We do get a land. We play this, and then it activates again. Then we get a card draw. Does not count as a card draw? It does not. Did not know that. Apparently, drawing a card and putting a card in your hand is a completely different thing.
If I have to light
Opponent
the
is
way,
raising the alarm. Oof. What do we want to do? I really want to kill this guy. We do this, we won't have any blockers. So we're just going to do 4. No attacks.
now do you see the benefits of peace?
Block. Block. Block this instead. Okay. Opponent's getting a bunch of life gain. Don't know why he did the life gain on this one though. He should have done it on this. Currently at 4. One more. And he'll be able to summon the Helioid. Yeah, it's time to play the Rousing Reed. On to here. It's the 1/1 counter. Discard a card. We are going to discard our Hollow Fountain. Get some more power. Play this. I'm very tempted to use the Conclave Mentor. But I know I shouldn't. I think the play here is to play the Risen Reef. Because the next turn we can play the Conclave Mentor into the Dowsing Reed. We can play 2 into the Dowsing Reed. We just need to somehow get rid of that. If he minuses this, he won't have the Vigilance left to do
We were
this.
not destined to fight.
Very good. Gets 2/2 into end of turn. Right. We're blocking this with this with this, and this with this. Yes. Brings him down on a color. We play our Conclave Mentor here. Play a second Conclave Mentor there. Play one Stone Coiled Serpent to block some of these guys next turn. This affects procs twice. Now we have more than enough to attack. We have enough blockers for next turn. If our opponent attacks with those two, he'll get 2+1 counters because of the Helioid, bringing the Emra up to 8. Oh, now, let's see, what's he doing now? Does the Laxodon. He will pass. That pumps us up again. We are 15. Actually, we're at lethal now. We're at lethal. Because if we play this, we draw 2 cards, we put 2 onto this, which makes it 4. Then this one will get 2 as well. Then we'll play this as well, pumping this up again, and we're more than we're more than at lethal. Remove this. Oh wow, I can't believe that worked. Oof. Big boys, big plays. Tuna, did you see that? Okay, we're going to be going first, and this is actually a really good hand to keep. Not only do we have acceleration with our Risen Reefs, we also have the Conclave Mentor, which, when paired up with Primal Empathy, will reach 4/4 status in 1 turn, assuming that we are able to keep him on long enough. However, opponent is playing a mono red deck, so this is not going to go well. At least we'll get a bunch of Risen Reefs in order to become blockers, which will also work with the Primal Empathy, just not as efficiently. Opponent has decided not to attack, because he is playing a Cavalcade deck. Oh my. Going to play our mana. Play the Coltal, and we manage to survive till next turn. If we manage to survive this, the Coltal becomes extremely big. If we don't, then we're in trouble. This deck is not good with removal. Play the Primal Empathy or play the Risen Reef. I think we have to play the Reef, because we need more land. Opponent can still use the Exile card on the Coltal, because it's only at 4 at the moment. Once we reach 6, that's when we're safe. Well, once we reach 5, and then we're safe, unless he has a combination of cards. Larval Coil won't be able to do much at the moment after that fact, but I don't think he's going to do that. Could attack with the Annex, but then I can just remove it using my 2 cards here. Then he'll gain 2 flyers. Opponent steals my land. Block with this. Although he might have an Infuriate. I think the play to make is to take the 7. Does he have a shock to remove the coastal? He does not. Aha! We're at 6. And now we're gonna play Nissa, giving us a little bit more advantage. Next turn we can use the Risen Reef to block the Annex.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
We want to leave this here as a blocker. We want to attack with this, actually. Because we want to remove his presence as much as possible. Takes 1 Grim Initiate. He should block the with Grim Initiate, because if he does, he gets double the amount of tokens because of the Annex. But he hasn't chosen to do that. He's waiting for his Cavalcade, clearly. We do not have a board wipe. We go very tall, but we do not have a board wipe. So, we're just gonna have to play this by ear, Tuna. What is the opponent planning? Just gonna wear me down with the Tin Street Dodger. Play the Risen Reef. Ooh, that's what we want to see. Ooh, that's what we also want to see. Conclave Mentor. Temple Garden.
Behold,
Could play the Primal Empathy. To draw some more cards. Which I think is the play to make. Because we are currently the strongest one here. And if we manage to get our flying next turn, we win the game. We have 5 blockers. Opponent has 7 creatures. That's not the good play to make. The Risen Reef will be the play to make. Because we get an extra blocker. Bring us to 6 for 7. And we also get 3 activations of the Risen Reef. Which gives us more land to play with. Don't need the Stonecoil Serpent. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. This becomes a... This become next turn. Comes in 11/11 plus this. Which gives a trade that makes it a 14/14. But I can play this, doubling that to 28. So, let's see what this does. Sadly, we don't have a lot of forests. We only have 2 forests. Opponent is thinking if they should attack the Nissa. I'm just gonna hover over it to tank. To persuade them. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. You little monster. Chona, they're not doing what I want them to do. Such insolence. Boop. The play to do is to do this. Yep. Boop. Boop. We're at 32.
The land
And now that's game. Will the opponent let me attack? Pew. Alright, in all fairness now, that deck would have won if he got the Cavalcade. Sadly, that wasn't the case. And we're going first again. Okay. I can dig that. We won't have a play until turn 3. But this is too good of a hand not to play. We're going to be going against an aggro artifact deck. Yep. Next turn, we'll play the Coastal. Because aggro decks that are enchantment base or artifact base don't have a lot of removal. At least I don't think they have any. But this one's playing green, so he might have a round troop. Oh, he's playing elementals. Okay. Tap. Boop. And now let's go tall. Grow, my pretties, grow. Opponent has 3 mana, 4 including the druid. He could play a Fusting Beast. I'm not too sure if he would do that. Oh, plays a Fire Vessel to get even more mana. Okay. What will we do? This is 2 plus 1, that's 3, that's 6. He won't be able to play Ugin until 2 more turns. He can't play Ugin for 2 more turns. Well, for 1 more turn if you think about it. Okay. We can play the Scourge. Become a tree. But is that the play to make? I believe it is. Will the opponent block the Ginger Brute? He will not. He could sacrifice it to gain 3 life. And here's the beacon. Plays the Nissa.
power surges through these lands.
But we can remove the Nissa next turn quite easily using one of 2 options.
Behold, nature's true power.
I'm not going to block that forest. I have no lands out. He should attack. A forest is not worth the wild woods for me. That's basically a free attack for him. But why would you attack with both Ginger Brutes? What a strange man. I want to save this card. But I do want to remove the Nissa this turn. To remove the Nissa this turn, I have to place this Rousing Reed onto this man here. No, this man, yes. Because if we do that, this will get 2+1 counters on it, and that will give 2+1 counters on this, bringing this to 6 plus the 1 from the Rousing Reed, making it 7. Discard a card. We are going to discard our Arisen Reef. Draw some more. Play this. Attack this. Go for face. Opponent's gonna block with the Leafkin because he has an Ugin next turn. No, he has an Omen of the Sun. Oh, Hunt. We are currently in a bad position. They have 4 plus 6. No, 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus... Oh, yeah, they only have 6. They got rid of their Leafkin. Okay, so they had an Ugin. Just not the one I thought they would have.
Be mindful. Bathe in ghost fire.
What to do? Yeah, I think we play this. Turn this into a flyer to get rid of that Ugin before it starts getting him some card advantage. Put this one over because it has one more defense that way. And the reason why I like this one is because now you're attacking... now it costs 4 mana, so it can't be eliminated using the eliminate spell.
Another time, Planeswalker.
Opponent is thinking of eating this food. We can actually do this next turn, and this will become 9 plus 3 is 12. It makes it 24. If he doesn't get rid of this, it's lethal next turn. And he cannot get rid of it. Oh, man. Tuna, you see this? You see this? We are going to destroy them. Boop. Will he let us hit? If only I could say tanks. If only he said nice so I could say tanks back. I wish tanks was like one of the default options here. Boom, baby! Ah, so nice. So nice. Oof. Definitely mulliganing that. This one's a little bit better. Not exactly the best, though. Put back a rousing reed. Oof. Oof. I need some white mana, please. Do I give a rousing reed to my opponent's creature? Because if I do, I get to draw... Oh, never mind. That was a dire situation that has been averted. Okay, against a veto. Okay, the play to make here is to play our Leafkin. Oh fuck! It took the white! Oh shit. Ah, this is what happens when you don't do full control. I was gonna play the Leafkin with the other two and then play the Concave Mentor. Then next time we can play the Rousing Reed. But this works too, I guess. And of course we get the Risen Reef afterwards. Fuck. Okay, Conclave Mentor. Into Rousing Reed. Discard the island. Attack. Opponent making good news with the Maze Mind Tome. Play our Colton. Play our Risen Reef. Get our island. No, Primal Empathy, even better. Opponent has reach. The Grazer. And now he can use a Scavenging Ooze to become a tree. Has a Bolas Citadel. Oh, fancy, man. With a Cavalier of Night. Removes the Lore Scale. Perfect for us. Because now he's currently the strongest man on the field. And when you are the strongest man on the field, Primal Empathy will make me even stronger. Don't really like the fact that this Cavalier is doing 4 damage every turn though, because of his lifelink. Play that. Play the Primal Empathy. Attack with the Conclave Mentor. And next turn, we are gaining 4 power per turn, until we are stronger than the Cavalier of Night. Oh my god, Azusa with Bolas Citadel. Why didn't I think of that? That's a great idea. I'm definitely using that.
Your life's about to end.
No.
Fortune favors you.
No. How dare you? Now he gains 4 life and boom! Oh wow. Cartman, bruh. This is a nice deck you got going on. Oh my god. Definitely brewing this. Definitely making one of these. Credit cost 3 or less. You can put back the ooze. Damn, that hurt. Oof. Destroys my Risen Reef. How dare you? Oh. Exactly what I wanted to see. Oh. Oh no. And now he has way more value than us. Oh, tree lands off the top, gets the Grazer. But at least now he doesn't have any more life gain yet. But he can sacrifice 10 permanents. Well, it has to be non-land permanents. 6, 7. Oof, more damages. And that's game. That is game. Oh. 3, 6, 8. 2 more, man. Come on, you can do it. Does the Fable Passage to reshuffle the deck? Oh, snap. Swamp enters the field. Does 2 damage to any target. Should have done 2 to face. Once. Oh, oh, and he heals. He heals when he does damage. Ah. Oh, wow. Dread Presence. Gotta remember this. Dread Presence, Bolas Citadel, Veto, Azusa. Man, is this janky. Plays with the Druid. Boom! Good sir. I submit. That was a good play. Good combination. And welcome back everyone to our post-game wrap-up and review. So what did we learn about this deck? It has the potential to go very strong, very late game. It is easily destroyed by instant removal spells, and if you manage to exile everything like the Ugin, it will destroy you. This has a lot of potential to be a fun deck. Botanic Ooze, Biogenic Ooze I mean, was never used. So I'm gonna take that out, put in the extra Nissa, because we want more mana or to play with our X cost, but even then, Stone Cold Serpent wasn't used that much. Woodwood Scourge wasn't used, but once you pay his initial cost, it's basically negligible. I might actually take out the Nissa, put in the Biogenic upgrade, because the Biogenic upgrade has won us games. And the Vulpix is actually really good, because it eliminates the opponent's abilities to use quick spells like Eliminate to destroy us, along with the Rashka, which destroys target creatures that are 3 or less, well, target permanent. The Primal Empathy is really nice as well, although I didn't really get to use it as much as I wanted to. Rousing Reed is extremely useful for the lower scale Kotal, and the combination here is just bonkers. And that's one of the weaknesses of this deck, though, is that we have very little draw power. In terms of lands, I wasn't really tilted for land most of the time, although sometimes I was tilted for a little bit of white, because we only have 1 plains and Hollow Fount, so there's only 5 white sources inside our deck. I will put in some Fable Passages inside this one to fix that. Put in some Fable Passages. I don't think we need as many forests, if that is the case, because we can always color correct with the Fable Passage. And in terms of green sources, there's 8 inside our deck. 8? No, there's 12 inside our deck, plus the 4 Fable Passages, which lets us seek out the forest. Now, so that this will be a little bit more coherent. What else do we need? I think we are basically done in that regard. This is how you make it a lot stronger. Although Bassary's Lieutenant, I found that I wasn't using as much. We were only using it for its +1 effect. When it died, we got a 2/2 Knight, which would be good against the matchup against... if we had something like Shire the Sky, or they had something like Kaya's Rat, then we will get our creatures back. That said, though, I'm not too sure how I feel about this one, because it costs 4, and it has protection from multicolored. So what I feel might be better is actually a Broodmot, because Broodmot will give us all our creatures back with a flying counter. But it doesn't give us the +1 counter that we want, which works with most of our strategies here. So it doesn't really fall under our team. And also, Broodmot will bring it back with a flying counter. However, it will bring it back, but it won't bring back the +1 counter. So we're back to original strength. That said, though, back to original strength will be better than becoming a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance. It really depends on the matchup, but I think I'm going to try it again with the Mothra or with Luminous Broodmot. I think we need another one of these just so we can get it more protection. I'm not too sure if we should take out a Rousing Reed, because I feel like the draw power is needed inside this deck, plus it works well with some of our draw engines here. And yeah, I think this is the finalized version that I will be going for. And I would say that it is super strong, super nice, and it only uses a few wildcards. There's like, what, 2, tree. Yeah, there's only tree rares in terms of creatures, and there's only 2 Broodmots, which is a mythic. So this is kind of a budget deck. There are the rare lands which you can move. If you want to play this without the rare lands, you can. It will still be consistent, because you don't really need the instant effect of shocking yourself in order to get the untapped land. So instead of Fable Passage, use Evolving Wilds, which basically does the same thing, except it doesn't allow you to untap if there's 4 or more. Instead of Breeding Pool, use Guild Gates. Not gonna lie, there's no reason that you guys should not be able to craft this and have similar success that I had with this. Because at the end of the day, it's not something that you need instant mana for. it's something that gets stronger and stronger because you're going to get more reward from holding out of your Risen Reef with your Leakin Druid. And I think with that, we're going to say that that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you very much, Tuna, for being such a sport about being inside this video with me. And yeah, please be sure to comment down below what you guys think this tot is, or what you guys think about this deck. If you think it's strong, or would there be other ways that you would also rate this deck or use different cards, or how would you play it? And be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Board Game Nerd content. And until next time, everyone, I'll see you all later.